Now we're going to look at parabolas where our vertex is not the origin. But to begin with, we're going to look at our circles. So if we have an equation in general conic form, everything's on the left side, it equals 0. First thing we do is kick 11 to the other side, so we subtract it. And we reorganize at the same time, although it's kind of already organized. X squared minus 4x plus something, plus y squared plus 8y plus something, equals negative 11 plus something plus something. Again, we have 2 blank spots here because we have 2 blank spots here. Then we need to figure out what we're adding in there. Well, what we would do is we would divide by the coefficient of x squared, but since they're both 1, dividing by 1 won't change anything. So we look at the negative 4 divided by 2. And negative 2 squared is 4. We're adding 4 here and 4 here. We do the same thing with our 8. We divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared, 6. That's what I added, 16. Now, I need to clean this up, write my equation, put it in standard form, which is what we're supposed to do. So if I look at the right side, negative 11 plus 4 plus 16 is 9. Here I have x, and it's always going to be this number, whatever we cut in half. So negative 2. Again, we can always check it. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 up here, and negative 2 squared is positive 4. Here in the next spot, we get y, and it's always this number, 5 plus 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 squared is 16. So we have it. So there's our equation. X minus 2 squared y 4 squared 9. Now, how does that compare to letter B? Well, they both have 9 there, so that means they have the same radius of 3, so they are congruent circles. Now, but if we look at this, if we remember, x minus h squared plus y minus h squared, or h comma k is my center, so my center in this first problem, 2 is 4. Remember, it's the opposite. So if I'm looking from this one to this one, well, I went 2 to the right. Because again, that minus 2 means the opposite, because our center is the opposite. And we went negative 4 down, because our vertex y coordinate is negative 4, so we went down 4. And again, it's the opposite of this. So it's going to be the same thing when we look at our parabolas now. So if we look at our notes, we're looking at this equation. Y plus 1 equals 1/4 x minus 2 squared. Very, very similar. How does this compare to this? Well, this one, y equals 1/4x squared, the vertex is 0, 0. Here, the vertex, well, our x coordinate, just like our circles, we look at the negative 2 because it goes with x, but it's the opposite. And we look at the y, and it's the opposite. So, 2, negative 1 for my vertex 0, 0 is I moved 1 down, the negative 1, and 2 to the right. It's positive 2. So again, we have our vertex there, 2, negative 1 from this equation. So here's our equation. Notice it's still h and k, just like it was for circles. Y minus k equals 1/4 times p, x minus h squared. So now we just have numbers in there to tell us what our vertex is. Here is our vertex, h comma k. And important as well is our p, the distance between the vertex and the vertex at the direction. That's the same thing that we did the other day. So, if we're looking at this problem, write the equation parabola with vertex 2, 3 and the directrix y equals 2. So y equals 2 is horizontal, so we're going to have a y equals equation. Our vertex is 2, 3, so that's my h and my k, so I'm just going to plug stuff in. So y minus k, my k is 3, so y minus 3, equals 1/4. Now we got to find our p value. Well, the distance between the directrix and my vertex from y equals 2 to the y equals 3 here is 1. So p equals 1. So I plug that in. Also, the distance from 2, 3 to my focus, which I found out is 4. So it's 1. My p-value is 1. And then times x minus my x coordinate here is 2, so 2 squared. And I just simplify 1 over 4 times 1, so 1 over 4. If we look at letter A here, zoom in so we can see it a little bit better. The vertex is at 4, 1. My directrix is at y equals negative 3. So y equals is a horizontal line. I want to find the distance between my vertex and my directrix. So again, I look at my y, because that's what it says. It says y equals negative 3. So the difference between negative 3 and 1 is 4. So I could also go another 4 if I wanted to go up and find my focus to be 4, 5. But I didn't need all that. I just need to plug into my equation here. My vertex is 4, 1, so that's h and k, and my p-value is 4, so I just plug them in. Y minus 1, remember it's the opposite, equals 1 over 4 times 4, that's my p-value, times x minus 4 squared. Because again, it's the opposite. And we simplify the 1 over 4 to be 1 over 16. There's my equation. Last one, if we're looking at vertex here, 1, 1, and directrix, I change it to x equals negative 1, so we have a vertical line. And 1, 1 would be to the right of it. So that means our parabola is going to be to the right, so our p-value is going to be positive. But again, all we're doing is looking at the difference between our x value, because that's our directrix now. X equals, and we look at our x here. So the difference between negative 11 and 1 is 12, so p equals 12. I could go 12 more and get 13, 1 for my focus. But I don't need all that. I just need my p-value, which is positive because I'm opening to the right. And I plug in my directrix. So x minus 1 equals 1 over 4 times 12 times y minus 1 squared. And then I simplify 1 over 4 times 12, which is 1 over 48. So very straightforward, very much like circles, still using the formulas from the day before.